An important design feature of Shake's software is the ability for Shake to concatenate nodes together. Concatenation is to compile several nodes together into a single master node. By compiling them together, it dramatically improves the image processing quality and speed of your flow graphs. Let's take a look by loading a script. Load. Go to our exercise files, chapter 15, and load Shake script 04. To see the concatenation, I'm going to switch the GUI to the Enhanced View mode with Control E on the keyboard. It shows these three color correction operations are concatenated together. The green line marks the concatenated nodes. Very important point. The concatenation only works with 8-bit and 16-bit images. If we switch Marcy, for example, to floating point by going to the other tab and insert a byte node and switch to float, you see, the concatenation has gone away. So don't look for any concatenation if you're working in floating point. For the Color tab, the concatenated nodes are marked with the C in the upper left-hand corner. There is a yellow C here, here, and there are also a red C here and here. The concatenation is between adjacent nodes that have the same color of the letter C. So all of these up here have the yellow C in the corner. But if we put a red C in there, it would break the concatenation. But this red C and that red C will concatenate together. There are also many nodes, like this one, and this one, and this one, that have no letter C and they don't concatenate with anybody. I'm going to select the brightness node and insert this reorder node in order to demonstrate the breaking of the concatenation. We'll insert the reorder node, and the concatenation is gone. I'll move it over here and type I on the keyboard to inhibit that node, and the concatenation is restored. Notice the brightness node has a value of 1.5. So it scaled the RGB value of the 8-bit pixels up so high that several of the pixels have blown past 255 and are horribly clipped. You can see that in the hair. This gamma node applies a gamma of 0.8, but the damage is already done. However, in the multiply node, the RGB values are scaled down by 0.4. All those pixels that were above 255 have been pulled back down below 255 and are preserved. They are only preserved because they stayed within this concatenated series. If I uninhibit this reorder node, the concatenation will be broken and the clipped pixels will be gone forever. So by maintaining the concatenation, any clipping that occurred is protected and preserved until you get to the very last node in the series. I'm going to delete this reorder node. I'm going to leave the GUI in the enhanced mode so that we can see the concatenation to take a look at what happens when we add a mask. Here's a mask that will isolate my color correction operations to her face. Of course, the resulting color correction is to make the face darker. So let's say I wanted to mask the series of color correction operations to her face. If I plug this mask into any one of the nodes in the concatenated series, it not only breaks the concatenation, but it produces hideous results. We saw in chapter 11-3, working with masks, that you never attach a mask to a node that's in a concatenated series. We saw that it gave you bad compositing results, but now we're going to learn why. We'll disconnect that to restore the concatenation, and we'll set it up correctly with a key mix node like we saw in movie 11-3. We'll connect the uncolor-corrected Marcy to the background, our dark color-corrected Marcy to the foreground, and then we'll use the mask properly as the matte for a composite. And there you have it. We now have a masked-off region with our series of concatenated color corrections, but there are no clipped pixels or artifacts in the picture. In this movie, we learned about the concatenation of the Color tab nodes that are marked with the letter C. We also saw how inserting a non-concatenating node breaks the concatenation. This can introduce compositing artifacts as well as slow down the processing time. And keep in mind that floating point data does not concatenate either. We also saw that adding a mask to a concatenated node is a very bad thing to do that can introduce image processing artifacts as well as slowing down your processing time.